Lita, I honestly believe that my bank account is completely broken. A magical, invisible digital thief is stealing all my heavy golden coins. I got my monthly corporate salary exactly 48 hours ago, and right now I am completely 100% broke.
A magical digital thief? Oh my goodness, Sam. Did the strict bald manager forget to actually pay you? Or did you just buy another terrible bright yellow banana jacket? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another incredibly expensive, highly financial episode of the English Unscripted podcast. I am Lita.
And I am Sam, and today, guys, we are talking about the absolute mystery of disappearing money, the terrible, heavy pain of paying adult bills, and why we completely lose our logical human minds on payday.
Yes, the great payday illusion. We are dividing this expensive journey into 3 exciting chapters today. First, we will talk about the absolute danger of feeling like a rich king for exactly one day. Then, in chapter 2, we dive into the terrible, boring reality of making a strict monthly budget. And finally, chapter 3 is all about the crazy emotional mistakes we make when we try to save our digital coins.
3 chapters of pure financial therapy. But wait, Lita, before I confess my terrible credit card crimes to the entire world, we have a very important creative mission for our amazing listeners today.
Oh, absolutely. It is challenge time, guys. What is the big strategic learning method for our language students today, Sam?
Listeners, if you truly want to build a massive, rich English vocabulary, you cannot just consume this episode one single time. You have to treat this podcast exactly like baking a giant, delicious, multi-layered chocolate cake.
A giant chocolate cake. I absolutely love eating sweet, heavy desserts, Sam. How does the baking method actually work for our students' brains?
Well, the very first time you watch the video, you were just eating the sweet, soft frosting on top. You relax, you listen to my terrible money mistakes, and you just enjoy the funny story. But the second time, you cut deep into the heavy, thick cake layers. You pause the video, you chew on the difficult B2 vocabulary words, and you speak them out loud until your language muscles are completely full.
Yes, eat the heavy vocabulary layers, guys. Get completely full on fluent English. So, Sam, please tell me about your broken bank account. Did you actually buy something completely useless on Friday afternoon?
I absolutely did, Lita. The exact second the digital money hit my phone screen, I felt like a massive, powerful billionaire. I walked straight into a fancy art gallery downtown and I spent exactly half of my monthly apartment rent on that giant, weird green alien painting hanging in my living room.
The famous green alien. The big mystery is finally solved. You spent your heavy rent money on a terrible, weird green space creature? Sam, you were holding your digital phone looking at your necessary rent money, and you just bought a terrible, weird painting instead?
Exactly. I did not think about the bald manager. I did not think about buying fresh white garlic for my soup. I just pointed my human finger and said, I desperately need that green alien right now.
Wait, Sam, let us cause your terrible art gallery disaster right there. I think that's a beautifully descriptive, highly dangerous vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Impulsive.
Yes, impulsive. It's a highly common, very dangerous adjective that describes doing things suddenly, without any careful thought and without planning for the terrible future consequences, like buying a giant green alien painting instead of paying your expensive apartment rent.
Listeners, please practice this terribly expensive B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Hide your shiny credit cards.
Impulsive.
Impulsive. I'm an incredibly impulsive shopper, Lita. I see something shiny and my brain completely forgets that I'm a responsible adult with heavy bills. And that actually makes me very curious about our wonderful, wealthy listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Listeners, we have our first very expensive, guilty question for you right now. What is the absolute weirdest, most expensive, or most impulsive thing you've ever bought on payday when you felt like a rich king or queen?
Tell us your absolute worst financial secrets in the comments down below. We desperately need to know that someone else buys terrible green aliens. So, Lita, when you actually saw my expensive new art, did you think it was a good investment? I absolutely did not think it was a smart financial investment, Lita. But when you came over to my apartment and saw the giant aliens staring at you from the wall, you completely laughed at my empty bank account.
I laughed so incredibly hard, Sam. The green alien literally looks like a giant sad potato with huge black eyes. You told me it was a rare masterpiece, and I asked you exactly how much rent money you completely wasted on it.
And I was so incredibly embarrassed, Lita, that I tried to hide the expensive paper receipt deep inside the pocket of my bright yellow banana jacket. I looked down at the wooden floor and mumbled, I just want to be a sophisticated art collector.
Wait a minute, guys. Listeners, I have a fantastic native secret for you right here. Did you hear how Sam just pronounced the words want to? He separated them completely and sounded exactly like a slow, guilty robot reading a sad apology script.
Wait, did I fail at being a guilty art collector too, Lita? I thought want to was grammatically perfect for a very sad, impulsive confession.
It is absolutely perfect for a strict English writing exam, Sam, but when native speakers are talking very fast or when we're desperately defending our terrible shopping choices to our friends, we almost never say want to. We smash the two words completely together and just say wanna. Wanna.
Oh, wow, wanna. I wanna be rich. I wanna buy more alien paintings. That sounds so much faster and wonderfully relaxed, Lita. It really takes the strict formal pressure off my terrible financial mistakes.
Exactly. Try using wanna when you're talking quickly about your daily desires, guys. It's a brilliant secret trick to make your casual spoken English sound incredibly natural and super fluent. So, Sam, did you actually try to return the sad green potato to the expensive art gallery?
I absolutely did not return it, Lita. I kept the alien painting and I survived the entire rest of the month by eating cheap, rock-hard black brick bread and drinking free tap water from the corporate office. It was an absolutely miserable, hungry experience.
You survived on free office water just to keep a weird green potato painting? You're officially the absolute worst financial planner in the history of the modern world, Sam. When payday arrives, our impulsive brains completely trick us into thinking the digital money will last forever. But then Monday morning hits and the cold, hard reality of actual adult survival begins. Which brings us perfectly to Chapter 2 of our expensive journey today. Listeners, grab a sharp pencil and an empty piece of paper because we're going to dive into the absolute nightmare of making a strict monthly budget, looking at ugly digital spreadsheets, and why tracking your daily coffee purchases is pure psychological torture.
Lita, tracking every single shiny digital coin is absolutely the most depressing, terrible hobby in the entire world. After the green alien disaster, I decided to be a very responsible, boring adult. I opened a giant digital spreadsheet on my old silver laptop.
A giant digital spreadsheet? Oh my goodness, Sam, you actually stared at the tiny, boring mathematical boxes? Did your creative brain completely melt onto the hot keyboard?
It absolutely melted. Lita, tracking every single shiny digital coin is absolutely the most depressing, terrible hobby in the entire world. After the green alien disaster, I decided to be a very responsible, boring adult. I opened a giant digital spreadsheet on my old silver laptop.
A giant digital spreadsheet? Oh my goodness, Sam, you actually stared at the tiny, boring mathematical boxes? Did your creative brain completely melt onto the hot keyboard?
It absolutely melted, Lita. I typed in my monthly corporate salary at the very top, and then I started typing my daily expenses. I wanted to see exactly how much money my morning coffee habits costed me every single month.
Wait, Sam. Your coffee habits costed you? The strict English grammar police are completely taking away your expensive coffee cup right now. Cost isn't a regular verb, my friend. It stays exactly the same in the past tense. Your habits cost you. Cost, cost, cost.
Oh, right. Thank you, Officer Lita. My expensive habits cost me. My mathematical brain is completely ruined by the heavy caffeine. So I added up all the hot coffees, the sweet pastries, and the 50 pieces of white garlic for my terrible soup.
The cursed garlic soup budget? Sam, when you actually look at the final giant number at the bottom of the digital spreadsheet, it is completely terrifying. You realize you are drinking an entire luxury vacation every single year.
Exactly. The final number was incredibly huge. I was so completely shocked that I spilled hot coffee directly on my bright yellow banana jacket. I looked at the bright screen and I realized I had to become an incredibly boring, cheap person just to survive the month.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your terrible, cheap coffee tragedy right there. I think that is a wonderfully smart, highly financial vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Frugal.
Yes, frugal. It is an excellent, very polite B2 adjective that means being incredibly careful with your money or your food and completely avoiding any unnecessary, expensive waste, like making a simple cup of cheap coffee at home instead of buying a fancy one.
Listeners, please practice this smart, money-saving word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Save your heavy coins.
Frugal.
Frugal. Being completely frugal is so incredibly sad, Lita. I just want to buy expensive hot chocolate and stare happily at my green potato alien. And that actually makes me very curious about our hardworking listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Listeners, we have our second very difficult financial question for you today. When you try to be a responsible, frugal adult, what is the absolute hardest daily expense for you to stop buying? Is it sweet coffee, fast food, or beautiful, expensive clothes?
Tell us your absolute biggest budget destroyers in the comments down below. We desperately need to know that we are not the only weak humans who love buying hot drinks. So, Lita, what is the actual secret adult trick to sticking to a boring budget without crying every single day?
The absolute secret adult trick, Sam, is actually finding the invisible digital vampires in your bank account. You have to become a strict digital detective and hunt them all down without any mercy.
Digital vampires? Are they flying completely out of the green alien painting to drink my expensive coffee money while I'm sleeping?
No, they are your automatic monthly payments, Sam. The sneaky digital charges that secretly hit your credit card every single month, like that incredibly expensive professional video editing software you subscribed to 6 months ago, or that premium video cutting app on your bright mobile phone. You pay heavy money for them every 30 days, but you never actually edit any videos.
Oh my goodness, the heavy video software. You are completely right, Sam. I bought those expensive subscriptions because I wanted to make a famous, beautiful cinematic movie about Buster the giant dog. But the computer program was so completely complicated, I never actually opened it. I've been paying for a digital ghost for 6 entire months.
Exactly. You are literally burning your hard-earned digital coins, Sam. To survive the scary budget, you have to look at your bank statement and forcefully cancel all those useless, forgotten subscriptions. You have to tell your money exactly where it needs to go instead of suddenly wondering where it completely disappeared to.
Wait, Lita, let us pause your terrifying digital vampire hunt right there. I think that is a wonderfully responsible, highly professional vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Allocate.
Yes, allocate. It is a highly formal, excellent B2 verb that means to officially decide that a specific amount of money, time, or energy will be used for a very specific planned purpose, like allocating your money for healthy groceries instead of paying for a video editing app you completely forgot about.
Listeners, please practice this smart, responsible word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Control your heavy coins.
Allocate.
Allocate. If you carefully allocate your monthly salary, Sam, you will actually have enough money left over to buy your rock-hard black brick bread at the crowded supermarket.
I absolutely need my terrible bread, Lita. I'm going to cancel my expensive video subscriptions right now, and I'm going to properly allocate exactly $10 for a giant hot bowl of sweet garlic mushroom soup.
You are a complete financial genius, Sam. But honestly, sometimes when we try to be incredibly frugal and save our money, we actually end up doing completely crazy, ridiculous things that cost us much more time and physical energy. Which brings us perfectly to the third and final chapter of our expensive journey today. Listeners, hold on to your heavy wallets and prepare for absolute chaos, because we are going to dive into the wild world of extreme saving and why trying to cut your own hair at home to save $20 is the absolute worst financial mistake of your entire human life.
Lita, I completely ruined my human dignity and my entire physical appearance for exactly $20. I wanted to be a massive, successful financial genius. I read a very serious article about taking your extra cash and distributing it carefully into money market funds and equity funds to build heavy, long-term wealth.
Oh, wow, distributing your cash into money market and equity funds? Sam, you are suddenly sounding exactly like a professional, highly educated Wall Street banker. But how does smart investing connect to your terrible, ruined hair?
Because I decided to take my $20 monthly haircut budget and invest it directly into the stock market instead. So I walked into my small bathroom, I grabbed the large silver kitchen scissors, the exact same scissors I used to cut my rock-hard black brick bread, and I completely attacked my own head.
You used the heavy bread scissors on your beautiful brown hair? Oh my goodness, Sam, did you at least wear a plastic bag to protect your clean clothes from the falling hair?
No, I was wearing my bright yellow banana jacket. It was an absolute, completely terrifying disaster, Lita. I tried to cut the back of my head by looking in a tiny hand mirror, and I accidentally cut a massive, completely bald hole right above my left ear. I looked exactly like a crazy sick city pigeon. I took such a crazy, extreme action just to save 20 tiny coins.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your crazy pigeon disaster right there. I think that is an incredibly intense, highly desperate vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Drastic.
Yes, drastic. It is a highly powerful B2 adjective that describes an action that is very extreme, sudden, and severe, and often has a very strong or violent effect. Like using heavy kitchen scissors to completely destroy your own hair to save a little money.
Listeners, please practice this highly extreme, desperate word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Put the sharp scissors down.
Drastic.
Drastic. It was an incredibly drastic financial move, Lita. The yellow jacket was completely covered in tiny brown hairs, and I felt like crying in the bathroom mirror. And that actually makes me very curious about our extremely frugal listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Listeners, we have our third and final, very embarrassing question for you right now. Have you ever taken a completely drastic action to save a little bit of money, like cutting your own hair or fixing your own car, and it turned into an absolute expensive catastrophe?
Tell us your absolute worst money-saving disasters in the comments down below. We desperately need to know that Sam is not the only crazy pigeon in the world. So, leader, do you want to know exactly what happened when I walked into the corporate office on Monday morning with my terrible new hair?
I can completely imagine the exact look of absolute horror on the bald manager's face, Sam. Did he think you finally lost your human mind because of the heavy corporate taxes?
He absolutely did, Lita. He walked past my small desk, he looked at the massive bald spot above my left ear, and he asked if I was fighting wild street animals in the city park. It was so incredibly humiliating. I had to leave the corporate office on my short lunch break and run straight to an expensive professional barber.
Oh no, the professional barber must have laughed at you too, Sam. How much did it actually cost to fix your terrible kitchen scissor disaster?
That is the absolute worst part, Lita. The professional barber looked at my crazy pigeon head and he charged me exactly $40 to completely shave it all off. My brilliant $20 investment plan cost me double the money. I lost 40 heavy coins and all of my beautiful brown hair.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your terrible, expensive hair tragedy right there. I think that is a wonderfully ironic, highly useful vocabulary word to finish our financial lesson today. Backfire.
Yes, backfire. It's an excellent, very descriptive B2 verb that means your clever, secret plan had the exact opposite terrible result of what you actually wanted or hoped for. Like trying to save $20 on a haircut and accidentally spending 40.
Listeners, please practice this completely failed, expensive word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Hide the kitchen scissors.
Backfire.
Backfire. My drastic financial plan completely backfired, Lita. I'm officially never using the heavy bread scissors near my physical face ever again. I'm just gonna stick to my boring digital budget spreadsheet and slowly save my coins for the money market fund.
That is an incredibly safe, highly responsible decision, Sam. Please leave the professional haircutting to the actual professionals. And speaking of making very smart long-term investments,
Oh yes, listeners, it is officially time for you to make the absolute best, entirely free digital investment of your entire day. We need you to deposit your heavy support.
exactly, the giant YouTube algorithm monster is incredibly hungry today, and the only currency it accepts is your beautiful likes, your funny comments, and your shiny subscriptions.
Do not let your English language skills completely backfire on you guys. Hitting that subscribe button is exactly like putting a golden coin into your own personal fluency bank. Grow your vocabulary wealth with us every single week. Do not let the digital vampire steal your coins.
Thank you so much for budgeting your precious time with us today. Keep your credit cards safe from green alien paintings, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Go cancel those expensive video subscriptions right now.